Hello, Facebook. Good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're joining us. I am Jen Wilner, co-founder of Business Connects, where we've been building business relationships in person and now online since 2018 with 3 chapters locally here in central New Jersey. Since COVID-19 and the pandemic, we have all been welcomed to work from home. So my 2 businesses, as I'm the co-founder of Business Connects, I'm also the founder of Secretary Central Virtual Assistant Services. So I'm coming today to you with this hat on, and I am very, very happy to introduce to you my friend and our member, Loroine McKnight. And you're going to hear all about Loroine and how his business and in our Meet the Members series number 7 of our member interview. So without further ado, let's bring in Loroine. There we go. Hey, Loroine, how's it going?
I am good. How are you?
Very good. Well, better, getting better. You know what? Life throws these things at us, and we just have to go with it and make the best out of it, right?
Yeah, you have to kind of weave through the curveball, so to speak, right?
You're not kidding. Yeah, the curveball was my arm, and home plate was the lawn. So
yeah,
it's all good. It's all good. So, So everybody, I believe you're seeing my screen also at this time. So Loroine is a member of Business Connects, and specifically, so I'm going to just show you the website. I think you're seeing the website right now. Yep. businessconnectsnj.com is our website. And as a member, Loroine, you can find out more about Loroine through our directory page here. If you click on his profile photo, you can find out more. I'm having challenges typing with a brace. You can find out more about Loroine's business here. And then this link will take you to his company, 9 Round Kickbox Fitness, which is in Piscataway, New Jersey. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves right now. All right. So Loroine, tell us a little bit about you personally. Let's get to know you for anyone who doesn't know you yet.
All right. Good stuff. So, obviously, as just mentioned, I'm a owner of a local gym, called 9 Round, located in the Piscataway, South Plainfield area, open for about 1.5 years. But prior to that, I spent about 15 years in corporate America. So former athlete, went to college after I graduated, hopped into corporate America, moved up the ranks, ended up becoming a director and holding a number of leadership jobs. That's kind of what gave me the knowledge and the confidence to, sort of branch out and, kind of run my own business. As a director, I had the most I've had under me was about 150 between managers and sales reps. I had a budget to manage. I had a large territory. I had to hire. I had to train and retain and do all these things. So that kind of gave me the knowledge to become a business owner. With that being said, although the job was good, I wanted to do something that was more fulfilling for me, something that actually helps the people out, and something that I'm passionate about. Right? My job was great, but was I 100% passionate about it? No. But getting into fitness is something that I am absolutely passionate about, more so for personal reasons. I was someone who struggled with weight. Obviously as an athlete, I was in shape. I was in my best condition at that time. My teens and my early 20s. But like a lot of people, once you graduate and you're not as active as you used to be, and also you don't change your eating habits, what happens is you put on a bunch of what we call adult weight. And that's essentially what happened to me. I had put on probably around 50 pounds. At my heaviest, I was about 270, low energy, all types of issues, high blood pressure, pre-diabetic, back problems, aches and pains everywhere. Couldn't sleep at night because of sleep apnea. Just about almost anything you can think of. That was something that plagued me. And I just decided to take my health and my fitness into my own hands. I got back in the gym, changed my diet, worked out consistently, and dropped the pounds. And I'm sort of a living testament that if you develop a plan and you stick to that plan, you can achieve whatever goal it is, whether it be in business. Obviously, in this day and age, which we'll talk more about, and the overall health. Because now it's even more important than ever. We'll talk more about that a little bit later, but that's a little bit about me. Been open for about a year and a half. There's some new ventures that I'll talk about that we're getting into due to the state that we're in. So exciting stuff.
Yeah. So tell us, what was it about 9 Round that prompted you to make the investment in that company?
So there was a couple of different things. So for those of you that don't know, 9 Round is a franchise. And my ultimate goal was to get into the fitness industry to help people regardless. So whether it was, just becoming a personal trainer on the side, but in the mix of me doing that, I was actually looking for a business to own, and I started looking into franchising. And so, if you look at franchise, there's a franchise fee, and then they give you an estimate of overhead, and there's a whole bunch of things that go into it. But what sort of intrigued me about 9 Round was there is a unique competitive advantage in the fitness world when you think of boutique studios. And at that time, that unique advantage is, the workouts are 30 minutes. It's high intensity interval training. And so you don't really need a lot of time to be fit. You just need more intensity, right? And so we could deliver an intense workout for 30 minutes that will deliver similar results to you spending 2 to 3 hours at a time at the gym. So that was a unique selling point. And there was other factors that kind of went to it. So in terms of startup costs, the support that the franchise gives, things of that nature. So I've taken all those things into consideration on top of the fact that I can actually own a business and then get into an industry that I wanted to get into in terms of helping people. It was a win-win.
That's fantastic. So for those of you that are just joining us, we are seeing Loroine's website up here. Loroine, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so you're seeing Loroine. So it's the 9 Round Fitness, South Plainfield, NJ. And they have on here the workout and all kinds of great information on here. So it's very informative to decide if this is the gym for you, if this is the system. And I hear some great things that you're doing, since we can't be at 9 Round right now.
Right.
Tell us, on that, how is this new economy, this new normal, how is it affecting your business, and what kind of things are you doing to keep, to take care of your clients right now?
Okay, good. So it's actually going to be a 2-part answer, and I'll start with the specific to 9 Round. And so just like a lot of gyms, every gym out there has been closed in New Jersey since March 17th, right? So the first thing I thought of, well, how do I continue to add value, to my members? And let's face it, I'm still a small business. I'm not 24-Hour Fitness or LA Fitness. That's this big corporate conglomerate with, billions of dollars sitting around. We're a small business. And so fortunately, I do have a pretty decent group of members who still decided to support. Now, with that being said, it's like, all right, how do you ask for support but don't deliver anything? That's not the way things work. Even aside from that, how do you keep people active? Because it's easy in this time to say, well, you know what? I don't have a gym. I'm just going to sit around and binge eat all day and just not move. So I had to think of a way to kind of innovate and keep my members engaged and, make sure that they give us some type of workout. So it took me a few days, but then I decided to do the Zoom workout, group style. And so I offer 4 workouts per week. There's Mondays at 6 p.m. There's Thursdays at 6 p.m., Fridays at 5:30 p.m., and Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. So I offer 4 workouts per week. All the workouts led by me on Zoom. And so my members, they get an email weekly, and they get the links to all the different workouts that we have. And I have anywhere between 20 to 30 members on each of those workouts every day. We have a lot of fun. So it's a way for me to keep my members active. It's a way for me to hold them accountable, because at the end of the day, they chose this gym to change their overall lifestyle. We've also created a private Facebook page specifically for my paying members. And so from there, you know, we share things like recipes and remind them about the workouts. And, you know, we also have an online platform that you can access at the 9Round website, where you can pull up workouts on a daily basis that change every day. And so they have access to that if they can't make one of the live workouts. And so that's another tool that was provided via the franchise. But I decided to do, like I said, the Zoom workouts just to add an extra layer of accountability.
Okay.
Now, in terms of shifting in this day and age, you know, at some point we're going to open, right? And so my members would go back to a certain extent to business as usual. But for me personally, I've been working behind the scenes on a new venture, but allows me to give a broader reach, right? And so how do I reach as many people as possible? I've created an online health and fitness coaching business that will be launching very, very soon under the Mac Fitness brand, which is me. And that's what you see here with the.
That's fantastic.
So it's a very, very unique platform that's going to be offered. It's going to be customized for the individual. This is going to be more one-on-one as opposed to a group setting. This will be customized to the individual, so they will have their own individualized meal plan, workout plan, schedule, very, 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 very detailed, down to the letter. So if someone, let's say you're somebody who's been, you know, struggling with weight loss, and, you know, you're in your, let's say your 40s or so, and you want to lose the midsection, or, you know, you're a 42-year-old guy, you want to get rid of the dad bod, that's the program that we have for you. These are programs that we will specifically design for individuals to get them results. That's what it's all about, getting the results over time and, you know, holding them accountable. So there's a lot that's going to be involved in that.
That's great, because accountability is so important, not just knowing that you're just going and doing the workout, but that you have someone to, you know, to check in and pep you up about it. Right.
Right.
Exactly. Keep you on schedule. You know, that you said the dad bod. I think there's something I heard. I think you said it this morning about the Zoom, the COVID 30.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Please don't tell me. No, I know it wasn't. No, it hasn't been 30 pounds.
So I tell my members, make sure you hop onto our Zoom workout so you don't gain that COVID 30. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's real. I've been watching people's Facebook. So I have most of my members we're connected on Facebook or social media to some extent. And, you know, people they're cooking more, which is fine. Cook more, cook. You know, but now you're veering away a little bit from your diet. You're making these homemade breads, and now you're cooking pies and you're cooking cakes and things of that nature. And you're doing the things that kind of got you where you were to begin with, right? And so let's not lose track of things. Now, part of the program that I'm putting together, right? I'm gonna teach my clients, you know, how to, whatever that goal is, if it's to change your body type, if it's just to lose weight, if it's to build muscle, I'm going to teach my clients how to do those things, but not give up their favorite foods completely, right? Because there's a way to do it. You know, I love to eat. I love burgers. I love pizza. I love steak. I love ribs. I love all those things, right? So I don't give up those things completely, but there's a way to incorporate that into your lifestyle so that you're not overindulging in those things, right? And they say eat in moderation, and people think eat in moderation means I'm going to eat that burger twice a week. That's really not what that means. So what I do is and that's why I say this is a little bit more personal, because I teach them how not to give up their favorite foods, but then fit it into their lifestyle change to where they can still see results.
Absolutely. So if somebody wants to find out more about 9Round, you guys are seeing my screen now. If you want to find out more about 9Round, Fitness of Piscataway, and Loroine, when you have the website for Mac Fitness, we'll put it on here also.
Yep.
You guys come to businessconnectsnj.com and click on the directory, and that will lead you to Loroine's website. And of course, you can also visit his website directly at 9round.com. Fitness South Plainfield. Now, I'm pretty sure if you type Google 9-round South Plainfield, you'll come up, right?
That's the first thing that's going to pop up. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Fantastic. So remember, so 9-round South Plainfield. And even now in this, we are still, I don't like to say, people say stuck at home. No, we're staying at home. But in New Jersey, and I know there's some people watching from out of state, Loroine, you can work with Loroine with Mac Fitness. You don't have to be in Jersey, right?
That is correct. You can be anywhere across the globe.
All right, anywhere around the world to work with Loroine and follow his system and the plan, that customized plan that he'll create for you. So all right, so we've known each other for a couple years now, and it's funny, we were having this conversation beforehand that Business Connects started from Edison Connects like 5 years ago, which then became Business Connects with my amazing business partner, Jill Ryan. And when we realized that we wanted to get into specific towns. So the big thing that's changed with us is that obviously we're all using all kinds of virtual meeting software. It could be Zoom. It could be now Facebook has through Facebook Messenger, you can do group meetings. There's webinars, so lots and lots of software. So we're seeing that people are joining us from out of state now, which is really cool. Which I'm glad that you were talking about Mac Fitness, because so many of our service providers in Business Connects can work with people, if not globally, but at least outside of their normal reach of service. So this is kind of educating us. And have you found that with your students, members? Have you found that with your members that the learning curve as far as doing this stuff on Zoom and stuff, how that's been and any impact that it's been?
Yeah, I mean, really the biggest learning curve. So, this is going to be specific to the 9-round side of the house. So we didn't have any class times, right? So you can show up whenever you want, whenever's convenient for you. You've got the time, just walk in and you're getting to the workout. And so now doing it on Zoom, it's scheduled. So the biggest thing with my clients was the reminder that there's a workout tonight at 5:30, for example, right? Because it's Friday. So the biggest thing was, okay, there's a workout tonight at 5:30. The biggest thing was keeping them informed and reminding them that there's a workout that they need to get on and they need to hop on and they need to save the links and do certain things. So I've tweaked things as the week's gone by to kind of give more reminders, set up events in the private Facebook group that they have, so they automatically get a reminder there. There's an automatic email that goes out. So that's really been the biggest learning curve, from my clients. And then delivering the workouts, I'm not physically there with them, right?
Right.
And so the biggest question is how do you deliver the workout but still modify it? So like I'll do the workouts with them, right? And then I'll take a quick break and I'll come to the computer and I'll look at everyone. I'll say, okay, I see someone is doing something wrong. I need you to correct your form. Here's the correct way to do it. And I'll tell them, put your equipment down, watch me. And I'll give them the demonstration online and say, oh, okay, I got it. Because there's certain body parts that we're trying to attack throughout these workouts. So that's really been the biggest adjustment because we're not in person and then, getting the folks on at a scheduled time, which they're not used to.
Sure. And I mean, you can't tell somebody how to hold, a piece of equipment or how to, jab the right way or something like that, as opposed to now you have to really coach them verbally and virtually. No, this is how, would you say something like, this is how this should feel when you're doing this, or like you'll feel this?
So for example, yesterday we did, so I changed the workouts to do things called muscle confusion, right? And that's how you optimally burn fat and build muscle, right? So I do a lot of muscle confusion. And so, yesterday we were doing a specific workout with the shoulders and it looks very similar to a back exercise that we're doing. So one of the clients, they were doing the back exercise. They said, no, I need you to stand up straight, poke your chest out. You're going to bring your shoulders laterally, not bringing them out as if you're trying to, touch your shoulder blades together. and I said, this is a muscle, this is the deltoid.
Mm.
You're trying to work. And then I try to give them a verbal visual, if you could do that, right?
Yeah.
So I said, you ever see that diamond that's on your shoulder? You ever seen people with that diamond? Yes, that's what we're trying to get. We're trying to get that diamond. They say, oh, okay, now I get it.
Right. It's a whole new level of teaching for you.
Yeah.
And I imagine that I see photos of friends that are members and them sharing their photos, and they're so excited because they have this whole transformation, and it's the emotional and psychological effect that exercise has. So to that, I had one more question. I know I kind of threw a couple in here that we didn't talk about, so thank you for dealing with that. What would you be willing to touch on the psychological part if somebody wasn't able, if they had a financial reason they weren't able to do 9 round, and if there's things that they could do, and the why of things that they could do that could help them during this time?
Yeah. So that's actually a good point, right? So, part of what I'm doing online is really delivering a platform, just about for anyone. And if someone wants to go a little bit more in depth and they have a specific goal and they want some coaching behind it, just like you would get coaching on marketing tips, you would get coaching on, financial tips, you need to get coaching on your health and fitness, right? Because at the end of the day, your goal it's about longevity. It's about living as long as possible. And as you get older, you don't want to necessarily lose mobility or lose physical capabilities. You want to be able to track on in your 70s and 80s, things of that nature. So with that being said, let's talk about the state of today, okay?
Yes.
There's a lot of things that are going on right now, right? So, and everybody doesn't handle isolation the same way. Everybody doesn't have the same attitude, the same fortitude. And so there's a lot of things that are going on right now. There's depression, there's anxiety, there's been an increase in domestic violence. There's been an increase in, which is not being reported, but there's an increase on drug use. There's an increase in abusing alcohol. When I mean abusing alcohol, I'm talking about like overindulging, to the point where you become an alcoholic, not, 2 or 3 glasses of wine. Like that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about like really, really binge drinking all day long to sort of suppress the depression and the anxiety that's going on, right? And so these are some of the things that aren't really being talked about. So with that being said, how does health and fitness fit into this particular realm? It helps to keep your mind sane. It is a proven fact that exercising, especially an intense version of exercising, will decrease your anxiety, and it will help to suppress depression. It does something mentally to you. It flushes out the sugars, which sugar has a direct correlation to depression, Alzheimer's, things of that nature, right? Yeah. And so when you're sweating, that's what you're flushing out. When you're doing a workout and your heart's pounding and it's going through this tremendous amount of stress, yes, you're going to feel it during the workout, but when you're done, your mind and your body is going to feel so much better because it is releasing all of the toxins, and there's literally a depression and anxiety suppressor. Actually, one of my members, it was on a Wednesday where I don't do a live workout, but she even said, I felt so much anxiety. So I logged on to 9 round and I did the 30-minute workout and I felt so much better. And so she's on my live workouts every day. She does the online workouts that we offer as well. So, in this day and age, working out is just not essential just because someone says it's essential. It is literally a matter of life and death. Suicides have picked up since we've been on lockdown, right? And it's all linked to here, okay? And the more what you put in your body affects your mind, and the amount of activity you have throughout the day also affects your mind. And so you'll see a lot of people all of a sudden later talk about how gyms are essential. And I think more so it's the activity that's essential. And people need that outlet to let off whatever's going on in their mind and their mental. So I can go on forever on this topic. But that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help people out.
Yeah, it's so important. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that, because I've been waiting. the psychological part. I mean, I have a treadmill and an elliptical, and I'm kind of a little scared right now about getting on anything because I can only hold on with one hand. So telling the dog, okay, we're going to miss our 3,000 steps this morning because we have to go in the backyard, but I can walk around the backyard really carefully.
Yep.
I can walk around the house. So now to what you were saying earlier about the, food and what we eat, I want to be super careful with what I'm eating because I'm barely getting any exercise, even though this thing keeps telling me to get up, stand up, stretch, do some stretches and stuff like that. And got to take care of these little digits over here. So I'm so glad that you shared that piece about our mental health and exercise right now. So important. And today's a great day, guys. If you're in New Jersey, get outside.
Absolutely.
Get outside. I mean, it's really warm and humid out. Go figure. But get outside safely and, practice your social distancing. But if you can go and do your jumping jacks outside in your backyard on a safe surface, whatever you can do, whatever the exercise is that you do, just get outside and get some fresh air and get some vitamin D. Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So 2 more short questions. What are your thoughts on, since we've been in this lockdown, what are your thoughts on keeping up with your daily routine and how has that been helping your business?
So I was somewhat structured, but I think everyone has some room for opportunity. And so now you have a little bit extra time in your hands, right? And so now at this point, I'm at the point, and plus I have a new business venture that I'm into, and I've been working on this program that I'm developing. So I think in a certain extent, this is actually forcing me to create an even tighter schedule throughout the day. And so here's what I would recommend for anyone who struggles to find, especially if you're still working from home and you struggle to find time to fit in an exercise, right? All you need is 30 minutes a day. So write out on your calendar. I'm pretty sure you do this as well, Jen. Put your schedule together for the entire day, right? What time do you plan on doing some type of activity? From the second you wake up, let's say it's 8 o'clock in the morning, by 8:30, you want to do yoga. By 9 o'clock, you want to start working. And then you plan your work schedule up into whatever time it is, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever that time frame is. Either in between, set another 30 minutes for some type of exercise, whether it's a walk outside, providing the weather, whether it's, you're going to do some indoor HIIT cardio. If you're going to pull up a video on YouTube, whatever it is, find that 30-minute time frame, schedule it, and keep that appointment as if you were to keep a Zoom appointment or a client meeting, because it's really, really that important. And I don't think people really understand the importance of it was always important, just because of things like heart disease and diabetes and hypertension. The heart disease is the number one cause of death, the leading cause of death in Americans, right? And it's because of what we consume. It's because of the lack of activity that we have on a day in and day out basis. Now you have COVID on top of that, on top of these things.
And more stress.
It's more stress. Not only is it more stress, COVID is almost a guaranteed death sentence for anyone with a pre-existing condition and most people who are overweight. And what I mean overweight, I'm talking about morbidly obese. It is almost a guaranteed death sentence, because if you have a heart condition, if you have hypertension, if you have any type of heart condition, or if you're overweight, your heart can only handle but so much stress. If you're overweight, let's face it, you haven't been working out in a while anyway, which means your heart's not as strong as it should be. On top of being overweight, your body is now carrying this extra stress. And so what COVID does, I'm not a physician. I don't pretend to be a physician. However, I do a lot of research, and I've actually known people I know 5 members of mine who had COVID, or either them or someone in their household had COVID. So this is all through research. And so what COVID does is it attacks your lungs. It is a respiratory infection. And the more you sit down, the more fluid builds up in your lungs, which makes it harder to breathe. Now, if your cardiovascular wasn't strong enough to begin with, your heart is under a tremendous amount of stress, which is why when folks pass away, they're not necessarily passing away of COVID, they're dying of COVID-related illnesses. such as a heart attack, or cardiac arrest,
Sure.
things of that nature. So it's really, really a terrible thing. And what they're not telling people, they're telling everyone to stay indoors and wash your hands and sanitize and use masks, which you should do all those things. But they're not telling you exercise, change your diet to boost your immune system. Those are the two additional ways on top of everything else, all the other precautions. Those are some additional ways you beat COVID. COVID can attack anyone. I don't care how fit you are. The question is, if you do contract the virus, can you live through it? Can you survive it? Can you live through the symptoms? And what's happening is the folks who have a higher immune system because of what they put in their bodies and because they're consistently active, yes, it's going to still hurt, but they can sustain it. They can sustain it, and they can eventually beat it. The 5 members that I've had, all of them, or family members, every last one of them, eventually their symptoms subsided. And the one thing the doctor told every last one of them, the doctor told everyone was, make sure you keep moving. Whatever you were doing in the gym, this is the reason why the symptoms aren't as bad as they could be. And you have to make sure you continue to work out. Just lower the intensity. That's what the doctors told each and every last one of them. Just lower the intensity, but you have to keep working out until the symptoms subside, right? These are the things that are not putting out there in the masses. For whatever strange reason.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that makes very, very smart sense. Absolutely. Well, that was fantastic. Loroine, what would you say? Would you want to touch on what your involvement over these past couple of years, what your involvement with Business Connects has been, and how it's impacted your business in any way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. So just like any organization, group, it's all about building relationships, right? That's the number one goal, especially in business. It's not necessarily to sell a product. It's to build relationships. And then over time, as you build relationships and you start to build trust, then business is gonna, naturally flow. And so I think that's the biggest thing within Business Connects is meeting new people, making a connection within a connection within a connection, because you never know what something's going to lead to. I've been fortunate enough to meet. Here's a perfect example. I also have a athletic training business where I train young athletes, and so I've had the opportunity to work with a group of athletes over the past, I want to say 6 or 7 months, and that was a connection that I made not directly through Business Connects, but through someone within Business Connects who then introduced me to someone else.
Oh, fantastic!
Right? So if you understand that dynamic, like it's all about building connections,
building that chain.
Bingo. And so the more people you meet, the more relationships you build. You never know what that's going to lead to, and so that helped kind of kickstart that part of the house as well. So it's been a tremendous help for me. Even throughout the beginning of non-round, like I'm not from this area, right? Typically when most people open up businesses, they open up a business in an area that they're known, unless they have millions of dollars to the kind of market, which, I don't have. And so my biggest thing was, the biggest question I had for myself was, how do I open up a business in an area where no one knows me? I was brand new to this area. No one knows what I do. And I don't care how popular 9-round is. I'm the owner, right? And
right. They're buying you.
They're buying me. Well, if they don't know me, what's going to make them buy?
Yeah.
And so that was how I kind of kickstarted the 9-round piece. I actually joined and I met Jill and then yourself, probably, I want to say maybe a year before we even opened.
Yeah.
And so, we spent that time frame building relationships and meeting new people. And, that's how we kind of got myself known within the 9-round realm. And, obviously that leads to more clients. So it's been a huge help in that aspect.
Fantastic. And so, okay, it looks like we have a couple new viewers. So I'm going to share my screen again. And there we go. All right. So if you are just joining us, we are talking to Loroine McKnight, who is the owner of 9-round 30-minute kickbox fitness in Piscataway, New Jersey. And goodness, this thing's getting in the way. And you can find out more about Loroine and his business if you can visit businessconnectsnj.com. Go to our directory. And if you're having a hard time finding him, go to this little magnifying glass right here and type in 9 round and Loroine will pop up. But to make it even easier for you, come to Google 9 round South Plainfield and you'll find Loroine. Now, the irony of the South Plainfield and Piscataway, for people who are watching, who are hearing me say different towns, is South Plainfield and Piscataway are right next to each other. So literally, we are the Business Connect South Plainfield Piscataway chapter, as well as we have an Edison chapter that used to meet in person on Fridays at Harold's and Edison, and a Scotch Plains Fanwood chapter that pre-COVID met in person at, oh my goodness, I just forgot. In Fanwood, Scotch Plains at the coffee house, sorry. Now we're meeting on Zoom. So we also have a Rahway and an Aberdeen that meet once a month. So if you're looking for online to build business relationships with entrepreneurs, I welcome you to visit businessconnectsnj.com or visit us on Facebook at Business Connects, or send me an email at Jen Wilner at Jennifer at secretarycentral.net. And of course, Loroine, you want to put out your contact info verbally, and I'll share it here as in the comments, or if you can see it, you're welcome to type it into the comments.
I'll say it verbally. So you can follow me on Instagram at Mac Fitness, MACK_fitness _gets results. That is the Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook at Loroine McKnight, the way it is spelled. Only difference is with a capital K. So those are the 2 biggest platforms you can follow me on. I'll be putting out tons of content and videos, even for, quick tutorial on things that you can do at home workout wise. I actually have a couple of videos up on my Instagram. I think about 2 or 3 on things that you can do at home where you do not need much equipment. You just modify each of the movements or exercises to your fitness level. And there will be more content coming out in the very near future on workouts you can do simply at home. You can also reach me at email at macfitnessandathletics@gmail.com.
Is it the and or spelled out?
It's spelled out, A-N-D.
And Mac Fitness and
athletics.
Athletics.com. Okay, so this is all going to be in the comments from this video. So on our Facebook pages. So, all right, this was great. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you so much, Loroine. We look forward to watching your success with Mac Fitness and continued success with 9 round. And we appreciate this. Next week, guys, we have our next speaker. I will share with you. This is challenging, but I'm going to do it. So on the businessconnectsnj.com, if you go to more blog, our 11 a.m. interview next week is open. So if you want to be our interview next week, right now it's open. On the 29th, we have it with Gregory. We have a slot open on the 22nd, and we are taking, for our Business Connects members, we will be publicizing the June 11 a.m. interview series here also. And so if you're not familiar with Business Connects, we've been building business relationships on since 2014, and we've been Business Connects online since 2018. And this wraps up the Business Connects Meet the Members interview series number 7 with my friend Loroine McKnight. And guys, stay healthy, keep exercising. And if you're not sure what to do, reach out to this smart guy, because he will guide you through the steps and on a budget.
Mm-hmm.
And on a budget. So it's something that we can all do. So thank you, Loroine. I appreciate your time. And we'll see you all outside, healthy and with a smile on. Have a great day.